Welcome to Spin Rack, another mini rack. And of course, we're talking about Legends of Tomorrow, episode 3. Okay, today what we're going to talk about is this show going to be hot or not? So far, it's hot, but this episode had a bit of a lull. And the reason is that it had to explain a lot of different things. So one of the top things that occurred was that Rip Hunter had to go back into his time to try to kill Vandal Savage. Of course, hoping to prevent him from living long enough to kill his own family. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. Rip Hunter just doesn't have the killer instinct. If it was Mr. Cole, probably Cole would have done it. But you know me, I'm a big Cole fan to begin with. So it didn't happen. And because of that incident, Vandal Savage was able to get information about Rip Hunter's family. And guess what? I guess that's what helps in the future, has him kill them. This whole time paradox that when you try to change it, it doesn't get it's not as elastic as you would think it is. It changes something, but it reverts back to the way it should be. I think they explained this in Flash, so you just need to go back to that. One of the reasons this episode, again, it was building the relationship between Stein and the Atom. And the problem here is that, Stein did not remember that Atom was one of his students, and so the Atom took it badly and his job was basically to save Kendra. Kendra had gotten a piece of the blade that, in the previous episode, a piece of the blade that was plunged into her by Vandal Savage, and, she was about to die, so they needed basically the Atom to go into her body and save her, but of course he doubted himself, and the only way this could work was if Stein lied to him and told him, hey, yeah, I do remember you being one of my most brilliant students. We all know it wasn't, but it got the job done. One of the main problems that I'm seeing here, though, with the series is that our friend, the Atom, he needs to be built up a little bit more. It's just not working as best as it possibly could be. And so Captain Code, basically, he needs to go back in time. He goes back in time. He sees that there was this major jewelry heist, and he knows that his father was going to commit this jewelry heist and then go to jail. So in order to prevent that, he basically goes and commits the crime himself. He gives it to his father, hoping his father will no longer need to commit that crime and end up going to jail. But being the knucklehead his father is, he still gets caught with the jewel and he goes to jail. So basically the whole tragic Code history will follow through because of this. Couldn't change time. This is what time travel does. But one thing I got to give, the writers are keeping it consistent. You got to keep this consistent throughout because time travel is a very funny business, a little dicey. Lastly, Bloodlust. Bloodlust. We all thought that Bloodlust was supposed to be cured, and I'm glad it's not. It was supposed to be, we have White Canary. She's supposed to be basically cured, but it clearly seems as though she's not. She has this bloodlust still that she still wants to kill. I'm a little confused with the whole Bloodlust storyline that's happening here and in Arrow, because how will you ever get this thing resolved if when she was supposedly fixed, Canary was fixed, it didn't work? So what does she have to do? Does she have to go back in time and kill anybody, the guy who killed her? I'm not sure, but hey, this is it. Spin a rack out.